Hey YouTube, hey Young and the Restless fans, so what do the spoilers tell us for next week, October 7th to the 11th? Well, Sharon is going to try to frame Daniel, okay? Spoilers say that Sharon makes a bold move. So what Sharon is going to do is she's going to text Daniel using Heather's phone and make it appear like someone had found Heather's phone and wants to give it back, okay? So Daniel and Lucy are gonna go and see if they can meet with this person, but no one's gonna show up, apparently, okay? And of course, Sharon is using this as a ruse to get Daniel and Lucy out of the apartment so that Sharon can break back in and plant some evidence, okay? So it looks like Sharon is going to plant that towel and Heather's phone at Daniel's apartment. Cameron Kirsten then is going to encourage Sharon to notify the police that there's evidence at Daniel's place. So it's going to be interesting to see how Chance now, who's the lead investigator, is going to handle all of this. Of course, we know that Chance is going to launch an investigation into Heather's death, and he's going to interrogate Sharon, okay? In the preview, we see Chance telling Daniel and Lucy that there's one more person he has to question. So it looks like Chance is going to question Sharon, and of course, Sharon is going to downplay and deflect, of course, and Sharon's, going to try to stay on top of this and cover this up so that Chance isn't suspicious, but Nick is starting to look suspicious. I mean, Chance is going to be suspicious. Of course, we know Phyllis is as well, and so how long can Sharon keep up this act? And we'll also have to see if there's any surveillance footage that shows up too, maybe showing Sharon, okay, moving Heather's body. So we'll have to see if that comes up, but Chance is going to question Sharon, so this cat and mouse game will continue. Will Chance be able to put the pieces together and figure out what's going on here, or will Sharon continue to throw Chance and everyone else off the trail? But Sharon is going to frame or attempt to frame Daniel, so will Daniel be arrested? Is Sharon going to get away with the perfect crime? Stay tuned. And over with Nick, he's going to be caught between Phyllis and Sharon this week, and Sharon is going to receive mixed signals from Nick too. So it looks like, of course, Sharon still is kind of longing for Nick and wants that reunion with him, but of course we know that Sharon now has committed a crime, and she's also, her mental state of mind is not, she's not well. So of course we know that the characters are concerned about her. Mariah, Faith, and Nick have been concerned about Sharon for a long time, and now this. Is there any way for Sharon to be redeemed at this point? I don't know. Is Phyllis going to start suspecting more and getting to the bottom of what Sharon has done? We'll see how all the characters start to figure this out, and we'll see if Sharon can maintain getting away with this crime and covering it up. It's going to be difficult, but Nick now, of course, is going to be caught in the middle of Sharon and Phyllis, so we'll see how he handles that. And over with Nate, of course, we saw Nate get that mysterious text from Amy Lewis, okay, talking about a family issue, okay? So it looks like Nate is going to go and meet with her off screen, but it looks like Nate will return and talk about the possibility of having a half-brother, okay? Apparently, Amy Lewis had a child with Nate's father, okay? So maybe Nate now has a brother. That would be great if he does. So it looks like Nate's family is getting a story here, so we'll see how this affects Nate. So we'll see how Nate handles the news, and we'll also see Amy Lewis too later this month, so that will be good to catch up with Nate's family, so that'll be fun to see. And of course, over with Audra, Audra is dealing now with Victor having just fired her, okay? And so Kyle now is going to be gloating about that, and Claire is going to be a little concerned about that. She's going to be a little unsettled with the way Kyle is gloating about, another person's misfortune. So Claire is going to kind of, it might remind Claire of Jordan. So Claire will be a little, unsettled and maybe a little unnerved about that, and maybe try to steer Kyle away from thinking that way. But also Jack's going to give Claire a history lesson too, so it looks like Jack will give Claire a little bit of history between him and Victor. But also from the preview, we see Jack and Diane arguing, and Jack is, Diane is upset with Jack because she feels that he's not fully committed to believing that she's changed, okay? So it looks like spoilers say that Victor is going to antagonize the Abbotts a little bit this week, okay? Maybe push their buttons a little bit this week, cause some mischief for the Abbotts. So that could have to do with Diane and Jack, and maybe pushing their buttons a little bit so that they argue. Okay, of course, Audra did give Victor that news about how she saw Jack and Diane not being very happy together too, okay? So we'll see if Victor is going to use that to his advantage. Also, Kyle, we know, also stole the project from Jabot, right? Diane's laptop was open. Kyle found the secret project for the moisturizer, so it looks like he's going to give that to Victor. So Victor chose Kyle over Audra, and he fired Audra. Okay, so what's Audra going to do next? Is she going to retaliate? We'll have to see. Nikki's also going to get the upper hand in a negotiation, so maybe she convinces Victor to tell Lily the full plan and the truth, okay? Victor, of course, wants Nikki to run Chancellor once they get it away from Billy, if they can do that, okay? And of course, Lily is helping Victor go after Billy and get Chancellor, but Lily is assuming that Victor will let Lily run the company, but Victor really wants his wife Nikki to run it, okay? So will Nikki convince Victor to tell Lily the truth and get them all on the same page here? And how will Lily react to that if they do that? So we'll have to see, but spoilers say that Victor is going to change the rules with Lily. So maybe he gives her an ultimatum that it's my way or the highway. We'll have to see, and we'll have to see if that happens and how Lily responds to that. Victor's also going to come to Abby's rescue this week, so maybe Victor helps his daughter out with her wedding plans that might, face some complications. We'll have to see if Victor pulls some strings, okay? Also, Cole is going to question Victoria this week about their future. So are they going to be in a romantic relationship? Are they going to reunite, or is this more friendship? Cole certainly wants a relationship, but does Victoria? We'll have to see what Victoria wants for them moving forward. But of course, they have Claire back in their life, and they're both Claire's parents, so maybe that's enough for them. Are they going to take the next stage as far as being a couple? That remains to be seen. But Chance this week is going to start the investigation, and now it looks like things could start to really point in Sharon's direction. Of course, Sharon now is framing Daniel, so we'll have to see if Daniel now is going to be in for more pain and suffering and shock after losing Heather, Lucy losing her mother, and now Daniel is going to be framed, and so Sharon and Cameron Kirsten are going after Daniel now, and that was their whole plan from the beginning, okay? So we'll see if Daniel's arrested and how poor Daniel deals with all of this too, and if Sharon eventually gets caught. Inevitably, eventually, she'll probably have to get caught. Will there be a confession from Sharon? Will she end up in Fairview or prison? We'll have to see how all this works out for Sharon. Can Sharon come back from this? Can she be redeemed from this? Are there extenuating circumstances because of her mental health? We'll have to see how it all plays out, but it's going to be another exciting week that will answer more of our questions, so keep it right here. We'll have more updates coming. And hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.